Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, please do let me know. If there's no issues with the audio or the video, do let me know guys. Everything is all right, there's no issues. Great. So how are you guys? Is everybody all right? How are you guys? Is everybody all right? How was your day? How was your day, guys? Good? Good. Great, guys. Amazing, amazing. So, can somebody remind me what have we studied in our yesterday's class? Can somebody remind me what have we studied in our yesterday's class? Can somebody remind me what have we studied for our yesterday's class, guys? If, else, if, dictionary, control flow started. Okay, great. Amazing, amazing. So you guys remember everything that we have studied for our yesterday's class as well. So today we are going to continue with that only. Okay, yesterday we started with if, else, if statements. We learned a bit about it. Did you guys try to solve this question? Okay, did you guys try to solve this question? Please let me know. It has utilized all the things that we have learned up till now. Right over here. Please, we are providing you with these notes for revision purpose, as well as there's some questions that we have made in this for you guys to solve. So try to make sure that you guys are doing that as well. It will take you for a very long period of time. You will be able to do a lot many number of things as well. So please try to do that. It is pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay. So try to do that as well. Let me open up the same on Collab. Let me open up the notebooks on Collab, guys. Give me a second. Open up the same. Open up notebook. Control flow. Connect. Okay, so this has been done. I think so. We were at complex Boolean expressions. Am I right, guys? We were at complex Boolean expressions. Please let me know. Let me open up the live chat on my mobile phone, guys. Give me a second. Okay, so we'll start from complex Boolean expression, guys, right now. It is a pretty simple topic, so you guys will be easily able to understand it as well. Most of the stuff we have already done that. I don't think so. You guys will be facing any kind of issues at any point of time. Please try to make sure that you guys are able to understand everything. If you guys have any doubts, put it up in the live chat properly. Okay, do not say to repeat or something like that. You guys have been there with me for such a long period of time. Try to make sure that whatever questions that you are having, you are able to put it properly in the live chat, so that I'm able to see any questions, I'm able to answer them at an appropriate space. Okay. Good. So let's continue right now, guys. So complex Boolean expressions. If statements sometimes use more complicated Boolean expressions for their conditions, we have already seen some of the logical operators and conditional operators on Boolean algebra. Am I right, guys? When we were studying about the Boolean data type, we have seen about the logical as well as the conditional statements. Am I right, guys? We have learned about it. Please do let me know. So this is basically saying that that can also be integrated with your if and else statements, because they're using the logical and the comparison operators. You were producing a true or false results. Okay, you were producing true and false results, and that can be used with an if statement as well. That can easily be used with an if statement. For example, right over here, your BMI. Okay, when you calculate your BMI itself, your body mass index, so it is if your BMI is in between 18.5 and 25, your BMI is considered to be normal. Okay. Your BMI is between 18.5 and 25, your BMI is considered to be normal. So you can use a complicated like conditional statement. So right over here, you are using a comparison operator, the less than equal to and a less than symbol, as you are able to see. This is a less than equal to symbol and a less than symbol to calculate if your BMI. So calculating your BMI is simple: weight divided by height in centimeters. Sorry, height in meters multiplied by 2. Okay, to the power 2. So this is your to the power symbol. Okay, this is your to the power. We have already discussed about it in, I think so, the day one itself, the arithmetic operators. To the power 2 means square. Okay, we are basically calculating the square of height. So we have already discussed about this as well. Whatever I'm doing here, we have done it already. We all these concepts have already been taught to you in the previous classes. You're just building upon that concept itself. Okay, we are building upon their concept itself. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, we are calculating the weight divided by height ka square. And if it is less than, if it is means if 18.5 is less than equal to your BMI, okay, or it is less than equal to 25, in that particular case your BMI will be considered normal. Okay, so it will check both these conditions. If this is true as well as if this is true, then and only then the entire statement, your entire conditional statement is true. And if the else, if this is true, then your BMI is considered to be normal. You can use these complicated, okay, you can use these complicated conditional statements, okay, comparison operators to produce results right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Good. Similar to that, we can use the logical operators like is raining. If is raining is true and is sunny is true, in that particular case only we will be able to get the is there a rainbow, print is there a rainbow. Okay, so if both the conditions are true, so here we are using a logical and operator in the middle. As you're able to see, using a logical and operator in the middle itself. Okay, similar to that, you can use something like this. So not subscribed. Okay, not unsubscribed. That means that you're subscribed right over here. Okay, then you're having the and operator. Location is equals to USA or location is equals to India. Okay, in that particular case, print send email. That is, you are subscribed to our email account, okay, email notification, and you are there in India or USA. Only in that particular case you will be able to get the email. Okay, so these type of like complicated Boolean statements can be created using a combination of logical as well as comparison operators. Okay, I don't think so this is very hard to understand, because all these concepts have already been covered while we were learning about it in the Boolean chapter itself. So I don't think so this should be of a lot of debate right over here. Everything should be very easy to understand. Now, many of you might be coming to or using YouTube for the very first time. I'm able to see that many people are saying that video is blurred. So for those who are using YouTube for the very first time, it's pretty simple. What you can do is you can click on the gear icon on the top right corner of your video. That is the settings icon. Then in that, go to quality. Inside of quality, go to advanced and increase the quality of the video to 1080p or 720p. You will be able to see everything very clearly. I'm able to understand many of you are using YouTube for the very first time, so I'm helping you out with the same as well. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so here are some things to keep in mind when working with Boolean expressions for your if statements. Okay, so some of the things, some of the practices that you are going to use. Okay, why they are not using unsubscribe, why so complicated. So basically sometimes in your database, okay, in your database itself, whatever information is made available to you, you have to work with that. Okay, here in our database of users, the uh, data that has been like saved is that whether the person has unsubscribed or not. Okay, if he has unsubscribed, it will be true. If it has if he has been subscribed, then it will be false. Okay, so whatever data has been provided to you, you have to work with that. You cannot change the data. Okay, you cannot change the data itself. So right over here, that data has been used. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, this is just an example. This is just a variable, an example to help you guys understand some of the examples itself. Okay, okay, great. So these are some of the things that you need to understand while creating if else statements, some of the best practices for you guys. Okay, so please try to understand this is extremely important, guys. Okay, so don't use true or false as conditions. Okay, so for example, if true, print this intended code will always get run. You do not use such type of if statements, because there's no use of this if statement. This if statement will always run. Okay, this if statement will always run, so you should not do that, because the condition inside of the if statement is true. Okay, it is always true. The condition that is present inside the if statement is always true, so it has no use right over here. This particular line of code will always get run. So in this, remove the if statement and directly write this particular line of code. Okay, so this is a bad like way of creating if statements. Okay, this is a bad example of creating if statements. Please keep this in mind. Similarly, if you are writing something like for example, if is cold or is not is cold. Okay, we're having something right over here. Okay, is cold and or not is cold. Okay, so if is cold is true, then not is cold will always be false. If is cold is false, not is cold will always be true, and there's an or statement in the middle, so this particular condition will always be true no matter what happens. Okay, this particular statement will always be true no matter what the value is contained inside of is code. So this also is like writing if true itself. Okay, this is all like writing like if true. So these type of if statements you should be avoiding at all times. Okay, this type of if statements you should be avoiding at all times. Are you guys able to understand this example? Please do let me know. You guys able to understand this example? Please do let me know. Great, amazing, guys. Similarly, be careful while writing expressions that use logical operators. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, logical operators and or not have specific meanings that aren't quite the same as the meaning in plain English. So you should make sure your Boolean expressions are evaluated the way you expect them to be. So right over here, you cannot write something like this. Okay, you cannot write something like this. The weather is equals to snow or rain. This is not a valid like statement. This is not a valid statement. In English, this is a valid statement, but when it comes to Python, this is not a valid statement. If you want to check for both snow and rain, then the statement that you should be writing, okay, the statement that you should be writing at any point of time So the statement that you should be writing right over here should be, let me just write that statement down below as well. If weather is equals to snow, C control V, or control C control V, weather is equal to C control V, V, tab, tab, C control. Thus, you're able to see the right statement. Okay, the upper statement is wrong. It won't work the way that you want it to work as. So the statement down below, if weather is equals to snow or weather is equals to rain, print wear boots. This is the right way of writing this particular example, the way that you want it to work. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. The next particular thing that we have to look forward is don't compare Boolean variables with true or false. Okay, the comparison isn't necessary since Boolean variable itself is a Boolean expression. For example, is cold is basically true or false. So writing is cold is equals to true. So that isn't necessary. Okay, it's a valid condition. Okay, it's a valid condition itself, but writing this like this isn't the right way. It should be if is cold. That will evaluate it for true. If you want to check it for false, just use the not operator. If you want it to be used for false, just use the not operator right over here. Please do not write something as is cold is equals to true or is cold is equals to false. That is, it is right. Okay, it is not wrong, but this is not the right way of writing it. Okay, if you want to check it for true, it should just be if is cold. If you want it to be checked for false, it should be if not is true. Okay, if not is true, that will evaluate it for false itself. For those who are still not able to understand this, see, repeating this will not help you guys out. Because if I'm saying this, I'm showing you the example, still you're not able to understand. The best way to do forward to that is we have provided you guys the notes down in the description of the video. Open it up and read through it. Okay, open it up and read through it. If I'm not able to explain it to you, then there's no way that if I'm repeating it, you will be able to understand it. Okay, so just open it up and read through it. Okay, there's no issues in that. So are you guys able to understand this? That please not use something like is cold is equals to true or is cold is equals to false. Okay, that is not how this should be written. If you want it to be evaluated for true, just write is cold. If you don't want to be evaluated for, if you want to evaluate it for false, just use not is cold. As simple as that. Okay. Okay, if we use non-boolean object as a condition in if statement in place of boolean expressions, okay. So for example, like if you are using constants, maybe numbers, or you are using strings right over there. So what will it be evaluated as? Okay, will it be considered? So instead of writing, if I say that, okay, is cold is having a value of 4. Okay, is cold is having a value of 4. It's not true or false. It's not a boolean value, it's a numerical value, let's say 4. So what will it be evaluated as? Will it be evaluated as true or will it be evaluated as false? Okay, we don't know that. So for that as well, there are some things that you need to learn. Most of the inbuilt objects are considered false in Python. Okay, most of the inbuilt objects are considered false in Python. For example, constants defined to be false, none and false. If you're using false or you're using none as the value, then it will be considered as false itself. Any type of zero numeric data, okay, whether it be 0 or 0.0 or 0j or decimal 0, fraction 0 comma 1, all these are different data types, okay, that represent the value 0. In that case, any type of value 0 will be considered as false. Then empty sequences and collections, for example, an empty string, an empty list, an empty set, an empty tuple, okay, an empty range, all these will be considered as false values. Okay, a string, a normal string, not an empty string, a string that contains some values will be considered as true in nature. any particular number, okay, that is not zero, okay, that does not signifies the number zero, any other number will be considered as true itself. Okay, so this is also something that you guys need to remember and memorize. Okay, not understand, remember and memorize. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Great, amazing, guys. So right over here, for example, errors is equals to 3. Okay, errors is equals to 3. Errors is a integer variable. Okay, errors is an integer. It contains an integral value. So if I am running this particular line of code, if I'm running this particular line of code, if errors, so errors is having a value 3. 3 means that it will be considered as true in nature. It will be considered as true in nature because it does not represent a value 0. So it is true, hence you have 3 errors to fix. Okay, similar to that, if this value was 0, if this value was 0 right over here, in that case 0 will be considered as false. Okay, if the value was 0, then 0 will be considered to as false itself. So right over here, else part will be done because errors is 0, so it will be considered as false, so it will move to else and you will be having no errors to fix. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Good. uh okay, let's move on to for loops, guys. For loops is an important concept that you guys need to understand because the project will be very easy, very small as well. There will be not a lot of different things in the project, but yeah, for loop is very important for us to understand and use, and it won't take a lot of time, I guess. I think so it should not take up a lot of time. Okay, so let's get started with it. Okay, so Python has two different kinds of loops that are there in Python. One is the for loop, another one is the while loop. For loop is used to iterate something repeatedly over an iterable. Okay, so I want to iterate over the elements present in the list. Okay, I want to iterate over a range of numbers. Okay, so these are called as iterables. Okay, the list, the range of numbers are called as iterables itself. An iterable is an object that can return one of its elements at a time. So for example, in a list, one of the element of the list can be returned at one time. In a range of numbers from 0 to 15, one number can be retained at a time itself. So this is called as an iterable. This can include sequence types such as strings, lists, tuples, and non-sequence types such as dictionaries and files as well. You can also iterate over files. Okay, you can also iterate over files as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Let's look at an example so that you guys are able to understand it in a much more proper sense. Okay, so this is an example right over here. I've created a list of cities. So New York City, Mountain View, Chicago, Los Angeles. I've created a list of cities right over here called as cities. Okay, so the for loop works in very simple way. For city in cities. Okay, cities is our list. At one time we'll be getting one city out of this list. So first I will be getting New York City. Now I will go inside of the list itself. So print city. So it will print New York City for me. Then I will go on to the next particular city, that is Mountain View City. Okay, I will come out. I will have Mountain View City stored inside of my city variable. I will get inside of my print city. I will print Mountain View City. Again, I will go up. I will get the next particular city, that is Chicago. So Chicago will be stored inside of my city variable. Again, I will be printing in city. Okay, that is Chicago. Then again, I will be getting Los Angeles, that will be saved inside of my city variable. Again, I will be going inside. I will be printing Los Angeles on the screen, and that's it, because there are no other cities after that. So my for loop will break because there are no other elements that it can get. It will come out of the for loop and I will be printing done right over here. So as you're able to see, when I'm printing it, I'm getting New York City, Mountain View City, Chicago City, Los Angeles City, and then I'm printing done at the end because there are no more cities left. So the for loop is breaking right over there. So the components of a loop is very simple. For the first line of the loop starts with the keyword for, okay, because you're creating a for loop. It's for, which signals that this is a for loop, okay. So that is basically a definition of the for loop itself, that I'm creating a for loop. So you will start by writing for right over here. Next, following that is city in cities. Following that is cities in cities, okay, city in cities, as you are able to see right over here, okay. From my end, it is not buffering. Even if it is buffering, it will be just for a second itself, guys. So from my end, it's not buffering right now. I don't think so. It should be buffering at any more time. I think so. There should be no issues right now. It will be lagging for a second or two, not more than that. It will be lagging for a second or two itself. Okay. So if even if it is lagging, it will be just for a second or two. Not worry about it. Okay, guys. It is fine right now. Even if it is lagging, it will be for a second or two. Okay, you guys can hold on for up till then. Okay, guys, able to understand? Please do let me know. Even if it is lagging, it will be lagging for a second or two itself, not more than that. So you guys will be fine. Okay. Okay, great. So let's continue right now. So as I said, okay, following the for keyword, it will be city in cities. Okay, city indicating city is the iteration variable. Okay, these are technical terms. You need to remember them. You need to memorize them, guys. Okay, there's no going about it. So the city term, okay, city in cities, the city term is called as the iteration variable. The city term is called as the iteration variable. So this is something that you need to memorize. Okay, this needs to be memorized right now. Okay, cities is an iterable. Okay, cities is the iterable being looped over. Cities is the iterable being looped over. So there is the iteration variable and the iterable that is being looped over. In the first iteration of the loop, city gets the value from the first element in cities, which is New York City. In the first loop, you will be getting the first value of the iterable, that is New York City. Okay, after you have written city in cities, then you are having a colon at the end. Okay, you are having the colon at the end. Okay, and identifying that, okay, this is my for condition. Okay, this is my for loop condition right over here. After that, you are having the colon. Following the for loop heading is an intended block of code. What is an intended block of code? As you're able to see, there is some gap right over here. Okay, there's some gap right over here. Sometimes people prefer to have like 4 spaces, or sometimes people prefer to have 2 tabs. Okay, 1 or 2 tabs. Okay, guys. So you will be having either 4 spaces. You can use 4 spaces right now, or you can use 2 tabs as well. You can use 2 tabs as well. Guys, I'm also opening up the live video. It's not buffering. Okay, it's not buffering at any point of time. I'm able to see. Even if it's buffering, it is just for a second, so you guys can ignore that buffering. I'm also looking at the video live itself. Okay, even if it's buffering, it will be just for a second. Okay, right now it's not buffering anymore. So you guys can be patient. Okay, even if it's lagging, it is just for a second itself. Okay, you guys can be patient. Okay, it's not buffering anymore, guys. Please be patient. Even if it's buffering, it is just for a second itself. Okay, even if it's buffering, it is just for a second itself. It's fine. There is no issues right over there. Okay, it's fine. It is not buffering, guys. The buffering is just for a second or two, and even if it's buffering, you guys can still hear me. Okay, even if it's buffering, it is just for a second, guys. It is not for more than that. You guys can patiently wait for a second. Okay, yeah, and you will be able to hear me properly as well. So, and I'm able to see that there's no buffering whatsoever. Okay, even for a second, if it's buffering, you can just ignore it. Okay, it's not important to pay attention to it. Okay, the video is fine, my audio is fine. Even if I am getting stuck for a second, you can just ignore me. Okay, even if I am getting stuck for a second, and ignore me. My audio is reaching out to you guys. You are able to look at the code. It's not important to look at me. Okay. Okay, great. So right over here, as you are able to see, there is some space right over here. This is called as indentation. How city becomes iteration variable has it has not been declared before in this code. See, right over here, city is a variable that we have created because of the iteration variable. It is unique to the for loop itself, wherein the declaration of this variable is not important. That is why it is called as the iteration variable, because it takes in the value from the list itself. From the list itself, it takes in the value directly from the list. So city, the first value for the city will directly be coming from the list itself. So Python knows where to take this value from. So that is already declared right over here. That's the reason why it is called as a iteration variable and not a just a variable itself. Okay. Good. So right over here, as I was saying, this is the indentation. Okay, you are able to see there are some gap right over here. This is basically you are having four. You can either put four spaces or you can put up like two tabs as well. Whatever you want, you can do that right over here. Please, guys, the video is not at all buffering. If I am getting stuck even for a second, you guys can ignore that. Please do not disturb the live chat. Otherwise, I will just be putting up the phone away. I'm seeing the video right over here myself. The buffering is not that much. Okay. I'm just like getting stuck. I'm getting stuck. The audio is getting clearly like attended to you guys. So you guys can be patient for that as well. Okay. You guys can be patient for that. The problem, then I will just listen to the video as well. Okay, I think so. There should be no buffering right now. Okay. There should be no buffering right now, guys. I have made sure that any kind of internet problems would not be there. Okay, I don't think so. There should be any buffering right now. I made sure that there is no internet problems. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me? Please do let me know. I think so. There should be no issues right now. Okay. Guys able to listen to me properly? I don't think so. There should be any problems like this. Good. So there should be no buffering right now. Okay, there should be no buffering as I'm able to see the kbps is proper right now. There shouldn't be any kind of buffering right now. You guys can go to live. Okay, good. So let's continue with the class. Like I was saying, you can use, okay, you can use four spaces, or you can use two tabs to make this indentation. That is the usual amount of space that should be there at any point of time. Okay, and this indented piece of code is what will be there. So for example, this we have already seen inside of the if statements. If a if statement is getting executed, then only that piece of code, okay, only that piece of code that is there intended inside of the if statement will get run. Similar to that, in this for loop as well, only that intended piece of code, okay, inside of the for loop will be run itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. I've already answered your question. I will just answer it again. So city right over here is not a normal variable. Okay, city right over here is not a normal variable. Okay, it's not a normal variable. It's an iterable variable itself. Okay, it's an iterable variable itself. The meaning of that is that Python has already defined. So right over here, we haven't specified, okay, city is equals to something. Okay, we haven't written right over here that city is equals to something. That is how a normal variable is defined. But because it's an iteration variable, so Python already knows that the definition of this city is going to be coming from the first value of the city is directly going to be coming from the cities list. It is going to be coming directly from the cities list itself. So that is how Python is automatically able to define city without even declaring it. We are able to define city directly right over here because Python knows that the value is going to be fetched from the cities list. Value is going to be fetched from the cities list. That is the reason why even we are not declaring city, we are able to use it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Okay, so using range function with loops. So range is another inbuilt function in Python that we are going to see right over here. So range is an inbuilt function used to create an iterable sequence of numbers. Okay, iterable sequence of numbers. So we'll print I itself so that you guys are much more clear with the concepts. So right over here, as you're able to see, I'm specifying for I in range 3. Okay, for iteration is basically an English word. It's not something from programming. It basically means doing something again and again. Okay, iteration is something that is an English word, not a programming word. It basically means doing something again and again. Okay, so for I in range 3, okay, so range 3 basically creates a list of numbers for us starting from 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so there will be three numbers in the range 3 starting from 0. So 0, 1 and 2 will be created for you. Sometimes you want to do a particular stuff not on the basis of the number of elements present in the list or something, but a few number of times. Okay, a few number of times itself. For example, I want to do this particular action and to print hello 3 times. Okay, I want to print hello 3 times right over here. So I'll just put range 3. That basically means that 3, 0, 1 and 2. That is how range works. Okay, it starts, Python is a zeroth index language. So it starts counting from 0 itself. It starts counting from 0. So 0, 1 and 2 right over here. So I'm putting hello right over here. So it will print hello 3 times. It will print hello 3 times. Now, right over here, this range function takes in 3 attributes. Okay, first of all, the default attribute that you have to provide it with. Okay, something that you have to provide it with is the stop number. Okay, here we have provided it with 3. This is considered to be the stop number. That is up till where it has to go. Okay, that is up till where it has to go. Okay, that is called as the stop number. You can provide it with a start number as well. The default start number is 0. Okay, the default start number is 0 right over here. Chirag Chauhan, what if we remove that I? Please do that. Okay, you have been provided with collab notebooks. You have been provided with the notes as well. Try to do that and let us know what happens. Okay, so you have to start at 0 itself, as you are able to say right over here. And you can also determine that, okay, don't want to take it like one step at a time. Okay, 0, 1 and 2, I don't want to do that. I want to start at 2, I want to go up till 8, and I only want to print even numbers. So I will take this step as 2. I will take this step as 2. That is also something that you can do. So right away here, for example, I want to print, let's say I want to start at 2. I want to print up till 11. Okay, I want to print up till 11. That is 11 will not be included. Okay, 11 will not be included. And then you want to take steps of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10. You want to print it like that. So you are going to start at the number 2. Okay, and let's say that you want to start at 0. Okay, you want to start at 0. So we'll be starting at 0. We'll be going up till number 11. We are not going to include 11. And we are going to print 2 steps at a time. So 2, 4, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that we are printing 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Similar to that, if I only want to print the odd numbers, okay, if I want to print only the odd numbers, that is, I want to start at 1, okay, I want to start at 1. I want to go up till, let's say, 12. I don't want to include 12. I want to go up till 12. And I want to take 2 steps at a time. Okay, I don't want to print 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I want to print 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on and so forth. So if we are running this particular line of code right over here, you are able to see that we are getting all the odd numbers printed on our screen. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. I want to print, let's say, the multiples of 4. Okay, I want to print the multiples of 4. So I want to start at 4. Okay, I want to start at 4. I want to go up till 41. I want to go up till 41. And I want to take 4 steps at a time. Okay, I want to take 4 steps at a time. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see 4, 6, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40 being printed on my screen. So where up till where you want to go, that number won't be included. At what number you want to start, and at what number of steps you want to take for every step that you are taking. Okay, so this is how the range function works. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Exactly, Vipin. If we put 3, then it will take 3 steps at a time itself. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Good. For example, if you provide just 2 steps, okay, if you just provide 2 numbers inside of right over here, okay, so it will just be printing, okay, it will go up till 6, okay, it will go up till 6, and it will take in 2 as the starting number. It will take the default of step, that is 1. The default value of step is 1. That will be defaulted. The start number you have provided, that you want to start at 2 and it will go up till 6. So if you are just providing 2 numbers, then it will be the start and stop. It will be the start and stop. So as you're able to see, it will start at 2 and it will go up till 6. It will go up till 6. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, so now let us look at creating and modifying lists as well. Okay, so right over here, we are having a particular list that is called as cities. Okay, we are having a particular list called as cities right over here. Okay, so you are able to have, okay, you are able to have New York City, a Mountain View City, Chicago, as well as Los Angeles right over here. Los Angeles right over here. Now we want to create a new city. We want to create a new city. It's called as capitalized cities. Okay, we want to create a new list called as capitalized cities right over here. We want to create a new list called as capitalized cities. Now for that, we are creating a for loop. Okay, city in cities. Okay, we are taking in each of the city that is present in cities itself, and then we are capitalized cities, that is our new list. All this we have already learned about. Okay, all this we have already learned about, so we are not going to recap it. So capitalized cities, that is the new list that we have created. Dot append, we want to add a new element to our empty list. Okay, we want to add a new element to our empty list. city dot title. Okay, now city dot title, city is the element from cities. Okay, city, so first we'll get New York City, that will be saved inside city. Then we'll be getting Mountain View, that will be saved inside city. Cargo, that Chicago, that will be saved inside our city variable. Then Los Angeles, city dot title will make the letters capital. Okay, it will make the first letter as capital right over here. So if we are printing it out, okay, let me print the new list. Print capitalize cities. Let me just copy paste this and run this. As you're able to see, the first letter of every word inside of the city, okay, inside of the city will be capitalized. Okay, if I'm printing the capitalized city, so city dot title, okay, city dot title basically capitalizes the first letter of every word inside of the string itself. So right over here there are 3 words inside New York City, so the first letter of each of these 3 words will be capitalized. Similarly, Mountain View, M and V will be capitalized. In Chicago, C will be capitalized. In Los Angeles, L and A will be capitalized. So what we are doing right over here is we are taking in each of these string from cities. Okay, we are taking in each of these string from cities. We are capitalizing it, capitalizing the first letter of each of these words, and we are appending it. Okay, and we are appending it to the capitalized cities. We are appending it to the capitalized cities itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. You guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Good. In the similar way, right over here, this is just printing. Like I can print these elements in the list by just writing print capitalized cities, or I can even use a for loop to print it out. Okay, so for example, for cap city in capitalized cities, okay, print cap city. So it will print out each of the elements present in the capitalized city individually for us. Okay, it will print it out individually for us. So for example, New York City, then Mountain View City, Chicago, and so on and so forth. We can use both the methods for printing the elements out of a list itself. Okay, now let's see how to modify a list. For example, right over here we are having cities in this particular list. Okay, this is a list that we have created of cities. Okay, so what if we want every city name in capital letters? So there is a method for that as well. Just like we have the title method, there's another method. So you can just do a Google search for it and use it. Okay, that is how Python works. Okay, similar to that, right over here we are having a particular list called as cities, and we want to modify it. Okay, we want to modify this particular list itself. Instead of creating a new list, we want to modify this list itself. So what we have done right now is, for index, okay, for index in range length of cities. So cities, the length of cities, what will be the length of cities, guys? Let us look at just this particular portion of the code. What will be the length of cities? Can somebody let me know? What will be the length? Chintam, Reddy, Shubhash, we have already learned about the append method. We are not going to discuss it again. Okay, can you guys let me know what is the length of cities, guys? Hey guys, let me know what is the length of cities, guys. 4, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length of cities is 4. So what will range create? Okay, range 4. Okay, this will be replaced by 4. So what will range create, guys? What will be the list that will be created right over here? What will be the list that will be created right over here, guys? So range 4, what will it create? What is the list that it will create, guys? What will be the list that it will create, guys? Can somebody let me know? What will be the list? So 0, 1, 2, and 3. That will be the list that range creates for us. 0, 1, 2, and 3. So now index will first take in the value 0. So we are having cities 0 is equals to cities 0 dot title. Okay, we are changing each of these elements. Okay, first we are taking up, so city is first, the value of index will be 0. So city is 0, that is the element present at the 0th index should be equal to New York City, that is city 0, that is New York City dot title. Okay, that is we are capitalizing the first letter out there, and that is what we are trying to make. Okay, that is what we are trying to make. Okay, so similar to that, give me a second, give me a second, guys. So similar to that, then the next particular like number that will be stored inside index will be 1. So cities 1 is equals to cities 1 dot title. So you'll be having mountain view dot title, that will be changing the first letters of the words in that mountain view to capitalize, and we'll be saving it inside cities 1 itself, as simple as that. Okay, and so on and so forth. So 0, 1, 2 and 3, all the numbers it will be changing up one by one. Okay, so right now, as you are able to see, when I am running this particular line of code and then I'm printing all the elements, okay, then I'm printing all the elements in the cities list, you are able to see that the first letter of each of the words of the city, okay, that is the elements that are there inside of the list itself, is getting capitalized. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Good. So let's move on to the next particular topic, guys. There's a lot of different questions that I've created for you guys, so try to make sure that you are able to go through those questions as well. Okay, these are important questions that I've created for you to try to go through those questions. Okay, so using like for loops on dictionaries. Okay, using for loops on dictionaries as well. So right over here, I've created a particular dictionary called as cast. Okay, with the name of the person. So Joey Tribbiani, Monica, like because he didn't had a love interest till the end. Then you are having Monica Geller, so that was Chandler Bing. You're having Phoebe Buffet, so that was Mike Hannigan. And then you're having Ross Geller, that was Rachel Green. These are all the love interests for the cast of Friends. If you have ever seen the TV series, a bit overhyped, but I love it. So I've used it right over here to create this list dictionary for you guys. Okay, so once I've created this dictionary called as cast, okay, I've created this dictionary for called as cast for you guys. Now we are going to iterate through it, okay, to print all the key in cast. Okay, so if you are using for key in cast, okay, that will print out all the keys that are present in the dictionary itself. So it will print out Joey Tribbiani, Monica Geller, Phoebe Buffet, Ross Geller. So it will print out all the keys for you. So as you're able to see, we are printing out all the keys right over here. If you want to iterate through both the keys as well as the values, if you want to print both the keys as well as the values right over here, in that particular case, you are going to print for key comma value in cast dot items. Okay, cast dot items basically take up each of the key value pair. So items basically take up each of the key value pair from right over there. Okay, cast dot items. So dot items is another method that can be used on dictionaries to get one particular key value pair at a time. Okay, to get one particular key value pair at a time itself. Okay, so cast dot items gets you one particular key value pair at a time. So you are having this particular method. So this is a method itself. I'm telling you guys about this method. There's nothing to understand. Okay, the method that gets you the key value pair once at a time itself. Okay, so right over here, it will be distributed between the key and value. So key will be storing the key and value will be storing the value from the key value pair that is being taken out using cast dot items. Then you are going to use the dot format method to print it out basically. So as you are able to see right over here, you're having partner 1 Joey Tribbiani, partner 2 that is the value Joey Tribbiani, you're having partner 1 Monica Geller, that is the key, partner 2 Chandler Bing, that is the value. 15,000 ये तो बहुत ज्यादा है. Okay, great. And somebody started the TV. I don't know why that happened. Okay, so next we will look at okay, so are you guys able to understand this key value pairs? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand the dot item method and how to get the key value pair? Please do let me know. Good. So now I'll be showing you the attendance for today, guys. Give me a second. I'll be showing you guys the attendance for today. So today, which date should I put up on the attendance sheet, guys? Which date should I put up on the attendance sheet? Please do let me know. What date should I put up on the attendance sheet, guys? Please do let me know. What date should I put up on the attendance? Please do let me know. What date should I put up on the attendance, guys? Please do let me know. 9. Okay, I'll put up 9 on the attendance right over here, and here as well I will put up 9. Responses, I will open it up, send link, copy, var, download 9. And you guys can go ahead and scan the QR code for today, guys. This will be the QR code and you will be able to use it. Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be ending the class right now. Tomorrow we'll be having the small project that we'll be doing, and I'll be letting you guys know how to submit it, where to submit it tomorrow itself. It'll be easy. There will be no issues in that as well. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, and we'll be meeting tomorrow once again. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.